What is your name?
Shirley Martin, Santa Maria.
When and where were you born?
I was born in the Philippines on May 29, 1936 in Manila.
How was it like living there?
It's nice. Uh, nice. We had a nice life in the Philippines because my dad was a project auditor and then my mother was a principal at a school. So I had a nice childhood.
What kind of things did you do during your childhood?
Oh, you mean the games I played?
Yes.
Oh, number one is climbing up trees, climbing up the mango and the star apple tree and the guava tree. We're chasing, playing there, trying to reach each other. We climb, and then I played most of the games that I know are were the boys games like playing marble, playing using the slingshot to get a bird.
How many siblings do you have, and how was it like living with them
I
and your
had
parents?
I have 8 brothers and 4 sisters. There are 4 girls, and
How was it like living with them?
oh, it's like paradise because there are many of us, you know,
How many
and
of you?
12,
Wow.
12. That's why I said 8 brothers, and we are 4 girls.
And during that time, it was the World War II. So, what was your experience like during that time?
World War II. Oh, everybody was. We were in fear of the Japanese invasion. The game went there to get the man, put it in their headquarters, tortured them. They tortured them because they want them to admit that they were guerrillas or tell whom they know is a guerrilla. But there were also nice Japanese people, soldiers, like this who became a friend of my father, and he taught me a song so that whenever they have a stage presentation, they call me to the stage to sing because I was a young girl. And one thing is, I still remember part of the song he taught me, and now he taught me, and I still remember it now. It's like goes like this: Mi uyo kota ino sorakite. I forgot the rest. Yeah.
Were you living a poor life, wealthy life, middle class?
I won't say that we were rich, or neither were we were poor, but I belong to the middle class family. Yeah.
Then, how was your educational background like?
Like what? As I told you, I finished my schooling public and then high school in the University of the Philippines. They call it UP. And then my college with the nuns. And I finished education. And
Was that your dream to
no,
become a nun?
to become a nun, yes. I happened to take up education because this institution where I graduated was a teaching institution. Yeah.
What age were you when you left the Philippines?
I was I think 49 years old.
And when did you leave the Philippines?
When?
When?
Oh, we left the Philippines April 4 of 1985. It was
And
even a Monday, Thursday, Lenten season.
and who did you go with to the United States?
Oh, my whole family was with me. Was with us. I have three girls and a boy. My husband too. My eldest was 18 years old at the time, and my youngest was 8 years old when we came over to the United States.
Then why did you move to the United States?
Oh, uh, we really didn't have plans yet of coming to the States, but my mother-in-law petitioned for us. She was a citizen of the United States already, and she petitioned for us. Now, it took us about 1978 to 1982, about 4 or 5 years for her petition to get approved. But once it got approved, the U.S. Embassy said that we have to leave before our visa expires. So I asked the embassy what is the longest time that they could extend before our visa gets expired. So on that day, we left for the U.S.
Um, was it difficult for you to leave the Philippines? If
Oh,
so, what was the hardest part leaving behind?
yeah, it was. The it's not really very hard to leave for me to leave the Philippines, but we were not really prepared at the time. We still have our two homes there, which we haven't. We own the two houses there, one in Las Piñas, one in Marikina, near Quezon City, and we don't know what to do with it. We were still not really much prepared for our leaving the country, and we own a taxi, so we just left the country really. I might say hurriedly for the visa, not for the visa not to to expire.
Um, did you expect anything to happen to you once you go to the United States?
Yeah, something nice will happen to us. My husband and I decided to come to the States for the future of our children, for abundant food in the Philippines, because of too many, it's really big population, and already, for example, the food that is really very it's really very expensive. For example, milk, they adulterate it. They they put coconut milk in it together. That's true. So I know when we come to the States, my kids uh, will be more healthier and have a nice future.
Do you remember what you first did when you got to the United States?
Yeah. You mean what kind of work I did?
Mm-hmm.
But I would like you to let you know first. We came here April 4, 1985, and we stayed in my brother-in-law's place in San Jose, and then 4 days after being here in the States, with my brother-in-law's help, we found a job. I was a filing clerk in one of the offices in Sunnyvale. They call it the Eurasian. I was filing clerk with my together with my husband. And then after that, I told you I was teaching in the Philippines, but here I think I will not have the patience of being with the kids because there's a big difference between the students in the Philippines and the students here. And I don't want to offend anybody, but this I would say that in the Philippines, children there are more respectful. They don't they don't show any rudeness towards their elders or their teachers. But here, I know it because you have freedom of speech here. But in the Philippines now, really, it's a big difference. That's true. That's why what I did was I just find myself a job at the daycare, kinder care learning center, and that's where I worked for 17 years, being I won't say a caregiver because I was also teaching their prep uh, in that facility.
Did you have any family in America when you arrived, and did you make any friends?
Yeah, I have my brothers and sisters in the southern South California, but we stayed here in Northern California and here in San Jose because those who petitioned for us, I mean to say, those who gave us a what do you call that, like a support, but there's a term there. The one who petitioned for us was my mother-in-law, but then somebody has to give you a like uh, a something like to do supporting you. How do you say that? There's a term for that. I don't know, but so that's my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law's the support that we affidavit of support. Yeah,
Um, how did you feel when you moved here? Did you feel any discrimination, or did you feel welcome?
yeah, I feel welcome, but there are times that especially when I'm in the store, groceries, I feel some sort of discrimination, with many, especially Caucasian people. But I was able to undergo that no more because I try to smile at them every time. I was I try to be friendly. I try to be really friendly with them, and now I'm okay now. But before I really feel very homesick when I see the word Philippines anywhere here. Oh my goodness! Look, Philippines, Philippines. But now no more. Yeah.
How did you make any friends with Filipinos here in
Oh,
America?
yes. Oh.
Mhm. How was that
We
like?
joined the different organizations. We call them Phil American
Philam?
Philam
Mm-hmm.
Association. And then we joined in the different organizations of the church, like the Legion of Mary. And there we met different, especially different kinds of people, but mostly Filipinos.
And where was your first house settled, and why did you guys move there?
Our own house.
Mm-hmm. Here in America.
Oh yeah. Before when we stayed with my brother-in-law for 7 months free, and then we rented a house, two houses, two residences, and after that we want to have our own, but we could not. We live in San Jose; it's too expensive, so we moved to Sacramento, and right now I have a house of my own. It's very cheap, Sacramento homes.
How would you say, um, comparing to the Philippines and here, how are the Filipinos compared to here to there?
Not much difference though, but I observed that some Filipinos are they try to be snobbish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Would you say the younger generation is more snobbish?
no, I think it's the my generation. Yeah, not much of the younger ones.
How would you say the younger ones are?
They're really westernized now, you know.
Are they open-minded about their culture?
But
Like, as in, are they willing to learn about their culture or?
Filipinos, you mean to
Uh-huh.
say?
Uh-huh.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
But there are some who seems like they they would like to forget where they came from, their culture. There. You remember one time we were in the store, grocery, and my girls were my children were so happy to see Filipinos, and then they came and they tried to be friend with them, befriend them, and they asked, in our language, matagal na, kailan pa kayo dito? Matagal na ba kayo dito? Matagal means, have you been here long? And their answer is, Konti palang. Means, that's konti, and not so long. Konti means a little, konti palang. But palang, they try to, to say the word lang, like they pretend that they already have the accent of the Americans. Only that. For me, that means like denying, you know, in denial that they're Filipinos. Yeah.
That's it. How was it like living for you in the United States?
How was it like
Mm-hmm.
to
How
live
was
in the
your,
U.S.?
yeah, how was it like living in here?
Oh, I like it now because uh, we can buy what we want to buy, what we want to eat, what we want to furniture that we want to own. We are
So were you
having.
guys wealthy, poor?
Oh, we are not uh, poor. We are not wealthy. I think it's the same thing as in the Philippines,
Middle class?
middle class
How are your living arrangements?
arrangement in what
As
manner?
in, were you living with your children back then?
Oh yes, when they were in their, as I told you earlier, my eldest was 19 and then my youngest was 8 when we came over. So we were all living together, renting a house, but not until in 1997 we already they not until the girls my children got married. So we bought a house here in Sacramento, and none of my girls live in our house here in Sacramento. Only my son, because the three girls already got married before we had a house of our own.
How was it like raising your children?
Oh,
Were you able to support them?
yeah,
Yeah.
uh but not in their college degree. Like May,
Mm-hmm.
they were working and then they were supporting themselves. But when they were in high school, we were the ones really sending them to school. But when we came to the States, they were already on their own to uh, pay for their own schooling, but we lived together in one house.
So, on the schooling, did you go to school here? If so, where did you go and what did you study?
Yeah, when I was, my job here was I work in a kindergarten learning center as a prep teacher. But then when I gave them my credentials from the Philippines, they saw that I was really a teacher, but for they call it ECE, Early Childhood Education Units. They found, I think, 28 or 30 units that they could credit to me from my, what do you call that, uh,
The transcript.
transcript. And then, so I have to go to school to earn more units for ECE. And I went to the ANSA College in, I think that's in Sunnyvale. Yeah.
Did it have any of? Did your schooling have any effects on your motivation, your goals?
Yeah, it helped me a lot in how to deal with the toddlers, with babies. I also, because they have a it's a childcare, and first I was a prep teacher, but then I tried moving to the toddlers and the infants, they call it, and I had a nice time with the toddlers and infants. So I stayed there until I retired from work.
And how would you compare living in the Philippines to living here? So any similarities or differences?
There's a big difference because poverty in the Philippines is really very, very common and really rampant. As I've said, when you're poor, you're poor. Unlike here in the States, when you even if you're poor, but if you really try to really uh, finish your schooling and be efficient in your work, then you could also enjoy what the rich people are enjoying.
And with that, did you witness any discrimination when you came
No,
here in America?
no.
And do you ever regret or not regretting moving to the Philippines?
Moving to the Philippines?
I mean, sorry, to the United States.
Oh no, no regrets. No,
Then
I'm
which,
happy that my I told you we came here for the future of our children, and my eldest now is already in her 50s. She came here when she was 18, going on to 19, but now she has, all of them have their own families, they have their own homes, see? So I no regrets and I'm happy about moving here.
and what is one thing you like and or dislike about America being moved here?
Okay. I like America because there's oh, abundant, there's abundance of food, everything.
Better opportunities.
Better opportunities. But one thing I don't like is there's too much freedom.
Why do you
Being
think?
having too much freedom, in my own opinion, is uh, some people they get into drugs. They get crazy. They get they get involved. They involve themselves in different kinds of vices, which I think is not good. Vices, drinks, drugs, you know, women, something like that. Yeah,
Games.
and that's not. For me, that's not a nice influence on the younger generation. Yeah.
How often do you contact anyone in the Philippines? Or
Oh,
who do you contact?
I tried my very best as often as possible to communicate with my brothers and sister, but more brothers. I still have five brothers there by means of, we call it a Skype or the magic jet. It's a telephone, yeah. And it's my brothers who I communicate with regularly. If,
And
once a month or every month or if possible.
judging from this, would you want to move back to the Philippines?
I like to go back to the Philippines, but to stay there for good again, I think I would not do it anymore for the reason of I'm already old. I'm 79 years old, and I couldn't won't be able to endure the humid weather anymore there. It's really very humid, and also I'm so sensitive to bites of insect bites, and there's a lot of mosquitoes there. I don't want the thing to happen to me. Only for the reason that I would not like to go back permanently to the Philippines for those for health reasons and a little of also financial.
uh, do you miss living in the Philippines? Why or why not? Is there anyone or anything specifically
Oh
that you
yeah,
miss back there?
I miss the food
Mhm.
and the fruits that we have there, which we don't have it here, like lanzones, like atis, biovano, chico, oh a lot. They can we cannot grow them here because of a uh,
Different temperature, weather.
tropical fruit, plants. Chico.
Do you know if Filipinos here are different from those who are still there?
No, not much. They're still Filipinos.
There's still Filipinos. Uh, do you feel as if my generation of Filipinos are losing their culture? Like, are they becoming like Americanized or
Yeah, partly they do, partly only.
like who do you know anyone?
Oh, oh, a friend of mine, their her grandchildren, she's really having problem with them because they know that my friend has this still has this conservative way of he's conservative, and she doesn't agree with how her grandchildren are dressing up and the way they talk. So they become disrespectful. Only that one.
Do you experience any homesickness?
Not right now. No more. That was when I was here for about the first year to the sixth year.
What triggered that homesickness back
Oh,
then? Like your family or
I have my family there, my brothers, my uncles and aunties, and almost all relatives are still living in the Philippines. I miss their, I miss our camaraderie.
And do you ever get nostalgia, or meaning any experiences here in America that make you want to go back to the Philippines?
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Like, do you experience anything here in America that makes you
Go back.
once you go back, or remind you of the Philippines?
None yet so far. I don't.
No,
Um,
not like the food,
oh, the food. Yes,
or
because
when you watch.
the food, especially for example, the meat and the fish that we eat, they're really very fresh. It's not frozen. Yeah.
And like you watch
I told you the fruits too. The mangoes, chicos, lanzones.
Do you like TST? Like when you watch there?
Oh yeah, the TFC.
Uh-huh.
That's why I subscribe to the Direct TV with the Filipino channel because I feel like I'm in the Philippines already when I watch this this other programs.
What does home mean to you?
Oh, home. Home is a place where love, respect, care, and affection is observed, is
And
being done.
do you believe that you still somehow keep up with the Philippines? If so, how? Like updated. How are you updated?
Oh, as you know, I tried to communicate with my brothers, five more brothers there, but to keep myself really more updated is I subscribe to this Direct TV network where we have the Filipino channels. So I'm subscribing to TFC and to they call it the GMA channels, and there I keep I keep really posted with different happenings, what's going on there, uh, with the politics and everything.
Would you change anything based on your experience living in the Philippines or here? Like your experience, would you change any of your experiences that you made here in America or in the Philippines?
I think.
Would you change anything?
Uh, Give me an example for it. What?
Like, like, would you rather do the like? I became an artist here in America. I'd ra- I but then I'm already older. So what would I want to do? Um, to like I should have became something else.
Were you happy you moved here or given a chance? Should you have stayed in the Philippines or were you happy that you moved here in the United
Uh,
States?
oh, I, lo- I like to our love in the Philippines, but now that I'm already here with as I've told earlier that my children already have their own families. They are here. They have nice jobs. They have their own homes. So I'm really satisfied with it. I like it here in the States now. And we have a home of our own, my husband and I, here.
What do you like or dislike living here
Too
or in
much
the
freedom.
in the how about in the Philippines? What do you like and dislike in the Philippines?
Oh, in the Philippines, what I dislike,
What do you like or dislike and dislike?
yeah, in the Philippines, I said we eat fresh food. Fish, I said meat is not frozen. Everything fresh. We have this milk direct from the cows. Yeah, pasteurized milk. Really very fresh.
How about the work opportunities and
The
the
work
education?
opportunities, I said that competition of work is really too much. Here in the States, you have a lot of more of opportunities to find better jobs and to have to be to get paid more more earnings, more compensations
And here in America,
in America.
how was your education? How's the education like for you compared to here to
Oh, education in the Philippines is the pattern after the uh, U.S. Curriculum. That is true. Uh, we have a lot of schools and universities in the Philippines, and the medium of instruction is really like here in the States. But to tell you also that you cannot graduate high school without having finished 12 units of the required subjects in language like Spanish, Filipino, and English. And same thing in college. You cannot graduate college without having 24 units of each subject. So when it comes to education, the Philippines is more, even the poor farmers are more concerned that their children get done with their college education. Unlike here, I see, um, what do you call this? Children, and not really young adults or adults that did not finish their education, even high school, they already go to work. They're satisfied with what they earn. In the Philippines, no, they strive very hard to reach the top to get more money.
and from that, were you able to achieve your goals and motivations when you came here in America?
From that, were I able to?
Were you able to? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm proud of my children. They have fine jobs, nice ones, and they get compensated very nicely.
And what are the advantages and disadvantages of between living in America and the Philippines?
Disadvantages in the Philippines. Now, a lot of crimes there is happening because of
The government?
poverty. Too much mm, is really and too many poor people there. People who they don't even have any food to feed their children. They they dig into garbage to find food.
So would you say that's an advantage for the United States? That we have a lot of food?
That's a disadvantage.
No, advantage for the United States.
Oh, advantage for the US here, yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of food.
Uh-huh. That's why when I throw some food that leftover food after eating it, after having it for twice already, and then we don't want to eat it anymore, then I throw it. I feel so bad. So I find a way of how that food could be consumed. We have stray cats here, and I give it to the cats. You know? Yeah. Because in the Philippines, it reminds me of people who are dying of starvation. In the Philippines, no food.
What's the what is an advantage you found in the Philippines?
Advantage?
Mm-hmm. Or if there is any. What do you think?
Oh yeah, there is. Uh, um, yeah. When it comes to what particular fact,
Mm-hmm.
Like
life,
way
living,
of living.
yeah. For me, because when I was in the Philippines, I do buy and sell. I buy and then I sell. But here, even if I would like to do it, because I really like to sell, I like to have a place to have a shop of my own. That was my dream before it when I was in the Philippines. But now here, even if I still like it. I could not because I don't have much uh, a friend like in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to go I don't drive, you know. In the Philippines, I can take a tricycle or a jeepney, you know, to be able to go to a place where I could want to go. But you know,
And last question. If there is anything you would change about yourself, what would it be?
if there's anything I would like to have a change in myself, I wish I could go back to my youth again and start working here. But no more. I'm already 79. That came into my mind, you know. I wish I would be given the choice. I still like to become young and work here because money here is easy to find.